Our first guest today suggested that President Trump should be considered a frontrunner now for the Nobel Peace Prize for his role in normalizing relations between Israel and the United Arab Emirates. And joining us tonight is National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien.
This is really a remarkable accomplishment by the President of the United States, also by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Zayed and Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu, to come together and bring peace to a region. It's the first time in 26 years that Israel has made peace with an Arab nation. And we now have Mohammed bin Zayed, the Crown Prince, entering a pantheon of great Arab leaders like King Hussein of Jordan and Anwar Sadat of Egypt, who have had the courage and the fortitude to make peace with Israel. This is good for the region, it's good for the countries involved, and it's good for the United States of America. So it's really a remarkable achievement today, and I congratulate all the leaders who were involved in this historic Abrahamic Accord.
It's clear that this has the potential to significantly alter the dynamics of the region, but also change the geopolitics beyond that. That is a reaction that to which Russia and China alike will have to respond in the region. And the conflict that has beset Israel from its founding looks like it has a potential here to result in real peace. I know it's certainly early days in this agreement, but it is a marked change of direction in what the region has experienced over the last quarter century.
No, you're absolutely right, Lou. And these are two dynamic countries, maybe the two most dynamic countries in the region. They're high-tech centers, they're tourism centers, they're centers of education, and they have very capable militaries. So from a security standpoint, it's a real bonus for both countries. So it's great for both Israel and the UAE, but it's also just terrific for the United States of America. President Trump is just happy to be involved in bringing peace to the region. I said earlier today in the press conference that everyone knows that President Trump is a great deal maker and wrote a book about it and has spent a life making great deals. What I think is going to happen over time in history, he's going to be someone that they look back on as a great peacemaker, not just a deal maker, but a peacemaker. And this is just another example of his success on that front.
It certainly is, and the imperatives of his agenda from the day he became president of the United States has to bring U.S. troops home and to remove the United States from conflicts in which it did not have an overwhelmingly profound national security interest, and that is also moving apace, is it not?
Well, it is. President Trump is very much like President Reagan in that sense, and he believes in peace through strength. So he's had a historic rebuilding of the American military, which had gone through years of sequestration and lacked readiness, and we hadn't supported our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines in the prior administration. He's rebuilt the military. He approaches diplomacy from a position of strength. Like Reagan, he hasn't gotten us involved in new wars. What he's doing is winding down wars. So you take, for example, Afghanistan. Secretary Esper just announced last week that we're going to be down to 5,000 troops by this fall. That's less than half the number of troops that were there when the president took office. We haven't had an American combat casualty since February 29th in Afghanistan. And so you're seeing the president make good on his campaign promises of bringing our troops home, our sailors, and real heroes, do it in a way that brings peace to the various regions. And I couldn't be more proud to serve under him.